Brothers and sisters, one of the healthiest things you can do for yourself is staying hydrated. And you know what I'm talking about. You go to your basketball game, football game, pro wrestling events, and suddenly you get a little parched. Well, one of the best ways that you can keep yourself safe is using Liquid IV. See, Liquid IV is a hydration stick that you can pour into 16 ounces of water and immediately get more efficiently hydrated than water alone. Okay? 12 delicious, refreshing flavors, all of your essential B vitamins, including B3, B5, B6, B12, even vitamin C. 3 times the electrolytes as traditional sports drinks. It's made with premium ingredients, non-GMO, free from gluten, dairy, soy, all that good stuff there. Listen, I'm telling you right now, folks, Liquid IV has changed my life. It's something that I use on a regular basis because I'm always on the go. I gotta stay hydrated. You gotta stay hydrated. Liquid IV has your back. It'll keep you exactly that way, hydrated. But don't just take my word for it. I want you to try it out. And because of that, if you head over to liquidiv.com right now, you can put anything that you want in your cart, and then at checkout, use the promo code Duke Loves Rasslin. No spaces in that now. Duke Loves Rasslin. Going to save you 20% on your entire order. That's how much I care about your hydration. That's how much I want you to check out Liquid IV. So what are you waiting for? Shop better hydration today. Visit liquidiv.com. That's right.
Locked in.
Look at what we have here, folks.
To the only show that matters.
The cream of the crop.
Duke Loves Rasslin.
And there is no one that does it better than
your hosts.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
The Duke.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Brothers and sisters, welcome back. Welcome back to the 3-time award-winning podcast, Duke Loves Rasslin. That's right. I'm telling you right now, folks, I am so excited because we have the River City Wrestling Con right upon us. June 6th and 7th, World Golf Village. Folks, you got to get your tickets right away there. Visit rivercitywrestlingcon.com. Get your tickets before it sells out. But I'm telling you right now, our guest on this episode is someone who is a true inspiration to me and so many around the world. Legitimately one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, one of the greatest monster truck rally competitors of all time. She's in the WWE Hall of Fame. She's in the Monster Truck Hall of Fame. And she's here today to let us know what's what and who's who, baby. That's right, the one, the only Madusa. What's going on there?
Hi, that's MADUSA, made in the USA, baby.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
I love
and
it.
you know what? That right there could get me heat right now.
Oh, please. Not on this podcast. I'll tell you that right now.
That's good. Well, you know what? I love heat, and I thrive in heat. So, you know, that's just the way I roll in wrestling. So I marketed that name, Madusa, before I even started wrestling. So I've had this name trademarked over 40 years before anybody thought about trademarking their name. And I believe when you were talking about how you thought of me in the wrestling industry and how you thought, you know, whatever you thought of me then. But I think it goes back to the AWA days. And that is actually where I got my first big break. So all of this information and stories I've told ad nauseum throughout my career. And to some people, it's like, okay, same story, same stuff, same blah, blah, blah. However, it is so well written and produced in my book, The Woman Who Would Be King, The Madusa Story. That's M-A-D, by the way. And the foreword is written by Paul Heyman. It's available on Amazon and your audiobooks, etc. So some of the questions you ask, they are in the book, but more extensive, and the stories told are amazing. It's been on #1 on Amazon a couple times, so I'm very excited. I've done book tours and still doing book tours. So we are in the works. I think Greg Oliver and I are talking about book number 2, putting things together for that, and it's going to be completely different, but a continuation. So because you cannot put 40 years of wrestling and monster trucks, etc., into one book. And let me make something straight on your introduction as well. I am not in the Monster Truck Hall of Fame. They have not inducted me. Monster Jam has not inducted me into the Monster Truck Hall of Fame. Now, I'm the only woman that has won their world finals in racing and freestyle, but I'm not in there. So I don't know. We'll just correct that there. But maybe someday, who knows. And again, anything can happen, because look what happened with wrestling, went into the Hall of Fame in 2015, and it could happen again. So there, I had to get all of that out there first.
Well, Madusa, I'm shocked. I could have sworn you were in the Monster Truck Hall of Fame. So this is news to me. As great as you were in Monster Truck, and I mean, you're a pioneer. First woman to be in Monster Truck, first woman to do a backflip. You were kicking butt, first woman to win Monster Truck. The fact that you're not in their Hall of Fame, that is a major omission there.
No. Well, again, you can't get angry or hold grudges or anything like that. You let the people do their own due diligence and let them reach out and let them do the work, because the fans are fantastic. They'll take care of it for you. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm going to tell you, we need to fix that. The other fans and I, in fact, I think the Monster Truck folks are going to be here in the Boston area this upcoming weekend. So, we need to have a conversation and figure this out, Monster Truck. It makes absolutely no sense for you to have somebody who is a pioneer, a legend like Madusa, and she's not in your Hall of Fame. What is the point of having a Hall of Fame if you're not going to have somebody of this caliber in there? Come on, guys.
Just get a Madusa. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Madusa Monster Truck T-shirt, maybe on eBay or something, and just wear it there then.
Now, that is a great idea. I love that there. We got to shame them into doing the right thing if they're not going to get there on their own, so to speak. So Monster Truck, you folks are on my list. We need to make sure the legend, Madusa, is up in bright lights. She needs to be in that Hall of Fame. I'll be talking to you real soon, folks. And speaking of real soon, once again, June 6th and 7th, World Golf Village, the River City Wrestling Con. Madusa returns. You folks got to get your tickets at rivercitywrestlingcon.com so you get a chance to meet this wonderful legend in 2 sports and get to reminisce, get pictures, everybody from the babies to grandma and everyone in between. This is a great opportunity for you here.
River City Wrestling Con. Now, I was there about, 5 years ago?
I believe it was more recent than that. I think it was more like 3 years ago was the last time you were there, Madusa.
Okay, 3 to 5, kind of foggy during the whole, COVID crap. So,
sure.
That whole thing. But as I remember, it is, what a great con. It was, I loved it. And I love Jacksonville. It's in a beautiful area anyway, but Jacksonville, St. Augustine, isn't it in that vicinity, correct?
Yeah, the World Golf Village, which is in St. Augustine, Florida, so not far from Jacksonville. Beautiful location, right there on the golf course. I believe it was a PGA official golf course. And may I just add, local sheriff's deputies, they're the ones providing security like they always do. You hear that, folks? Organized, safe, unlike a lot of other conventions, especially recently, unfortunately, the River City Wrestling Con, they put a major priority on keeping things safe for the fans, for the wrestlers, so everyone can just focus on having a great time, as opposed to the other nonsense that you see everywhere else.
That's so good. Gosh, we do need security, because here's a prime example. And I'm going to put this out there on this podcast because I think it's very important. Let's use this last WrestleMania as an example. So I said this the year before that, and I saw a trend. And when I said it on some podcast, and I said, I see something happening here. And what's going to happen is that the talent of today, which was a couple of years ago when I did the podcast, I said, you watch what happens. It's going to escalate to a point where the top tier talent are probably going to start asking in their contract for security because they're going to need it. And other talent's going to have to hire their own security because it's not organized for security for this talent at hotels, especially in Las Vegas in the middle of a casino, which is opportunity. I mean, you can't just block something off in a casino, really. And there should be back elevators for talent to go into because they can lock certain elevators for only certain people to go up and down. They do it all the time. But that wasn't done to my understanding. But I see in the future that I definitely, if I was a top talent today, definitely have my own security. Yep. Because you can see where this is going. Because pretty soon, someone's going to get, hit with a lawsuit, and it almost happened. I don't know what's happening with the whole ordeal with, Phil and stuff, but, I get it. If the talent isn't coming to you and say, yes, I'll sign that for you. Hey, can you give us some time? Or if they keep walking, say, not now, we'll do it later. Respect that. I get it. But when you're coming up to somebody and just shoving a phone in somebody's face, something's going to happen, especially after, a long day and a long night and after WrestleMania or in between signing your autographs all day. I mean, this talent goes through huge programs and just their day is endless. Is it an excuse? No. However, there's respect, there's boundaries, and that boundaries needs to happen. You know what? Don't you agree?
Oh, you and I are on the same page with this one. And in fact, on my other show, Devon and the Duke, with WWE Hall of Famer Devon Dudley, we've gone viral over multiple weeks with our stance on this, and it mirrors yours. Just the fact that we definitely need security for the wrestlers.
Oh, you're kidding?
No, not kidding at all. I mean, we were pretty adamant about security being necessary for everybody, but especially the female talent as well.
Oh, it's getting ugly. I mean, because I have
stalkers
seen fans,
and all that.
Yes, I have seen fans go over taking pictures. I mean, just creepers taking pictures under their dresses and skirts still today, thinking that they can get by with it, or taking their hands and rubbing it up their legs. Here's another thing too. So a lot of these larger corporations, they know stuff like this is happening. So it's called, I don't know, what is it called? Like someone can slap a sexual abuse, or it's some type of sexuality crap, right? That they start. So a lot of people know that this is happening, and they hire people, or they know that they have people working for them, even if it is security, or if they know fans are coming in and there's predators or whatever. These corporations, knowing that this could happen, they have insurance now for predators to protect themselves. This is how screwed up it is. So this is why you need security, because anything you say, do, and with a phone, you're so liable for everything. It's crazy. I don't like it. I like a lot of the direction that things are going, and I love change, but change is so scary for people, and if you don't change with time, you're going to absolutely fall behind, and especially as fast as it's going now, especially in our industry. And it's either you breathe it, and it doesn't mean you have to like it. You either choose or shut your mouth and continue, or, be a part of the product, or you don't. Simple.
I really enjoy the way that you break that down, because who knows better than Madusa? I mean, you're someone who has been there, done that many times over, all over the world. You've been the anchor of entire divisions. So who knows better than you?
I'm trying to protect our industry. I am not a strong advocate for, I better be careful, because people like to twist shit out of, just words, excuse me, but it's just ridiculous. So they'll always find ways to twist stuff. But I'm an advocate for what is right and wrong, period. You know it's wrong to do certain things, then don't do it. You know, it's just so, we have lost that way. We have lost that. And it goes with wrestling. It goes with fans. It goes with the coordination. It goes with the sponsors. It goes with the promoters, everybody involved. It takes a team, you know, and there's never anything that really goes super perfect smooth. I get it, because failure is a blueprint, not a destination, period. And that's how you become better and a success, is by that. So learn by your own mistakes, right? I don't know why I'm going off on this tangent, but it really irks me to see what's happening. And I care about this business. I care about our kids. I care about the direction it's going. I love the fast pace. I love, not so much fast pace in the ring. Of course, I love all the, different high flies and the moves and the gymnastics and da-da-da. But I need storylines, baby. I want to see more storylines.
Listen, you and me both. Talk to me about it. You and me both. But to put a button on how we started here.
Yes.
June 6th, June 7th, River City Wrestling Con. You're going to be there. This is one of the few wrestling conventions that they actually use local police as security. So, folks,
and God bless them. God bless them.
God bless them for that. And we're not going to see the same type of nonsense that we see elsewhere because of that. And because it's in a nicer facility as well. So when you invest in these type of things, you're communicating not only to the fans, but you're communicating to the talent, the legends like yourself. Hey, we actually care about you, and we want to make sure you have a safe experience.
That there speaks volumes. Yeah. And I think just that tone alone, getting that out there, fans are it's like anything. People know where they can get by with crap and where they can't, period. I will tell you, it's kind of like, and I'm not saying that this state is better than other states, but coming to Florida that, FAFO, it's going to happen, And so I think with this, I feel like there is some great, security here. And I think that it'll be a fun time. I know I had a great time last time, and they did a really good job. So there's that. So now let's get back to this place where we're staying here at the River City. I'm a golfer. So my husband and I are going to be golfing the day before. Oh, my God. I don't know about you. Do you golf?
Oh, yeah, I golf. I just don't do it well. I drink beer and hack out there. It's okay.
I suck. I suck at golf, but let me tell you, I love it. Absolutely love it. And my husband's good. But I mean, we are so competitive. Oh my God. I didn't think golf was going to be like, just violent enough, but it is. I turned it into violence. It's so good. It's so comedic. I should put a camera out there, really, because it is just amazing. And then where we go in this one place where we do play golf right now, there's a gator out there. And every time I come to this hole where this gator's at, I'm just like, fuck. And I'm just like, it's just so mental. Like, there's a gator there, and you can't even concentrate. I just purposely throw my ball in the pond and call it a day at that hole. I'm like, I can't even do it.
Listen, if we're taking bets on Madusa versus the Gator, I'm betting Madusa 10 times out of 10, okay? I'm betting on you.
I know. I shouldn't say that. I'm not that worried. But, I mean, it's just that mentality. There's a gator in that pond, and you're like, all right, not now, Satan.
Exactly. Not now, not today, please. I'm telling you.
Even though I used to hunt gators. And then we would skin them, and then we take the meat, and the meat is the most highest protein. Oh my God, it is so good. Gator meat is amazing. We make gator steak, gator sausages, ground. It was so good.
There was a restaurant here in Boston called Buttermilk and Bourbon. It was ran by Jason Santos, and it was there where I first had gator. And I got to tell you, it reminds me very much of frog. It's definitely, it's just a tougher type of frog meat.
It's considered a fish, but it tastes like chicken.
Good call. Good call. Definitely tastes like chicken. And you know you're getting some serious protein when you eat alligator. I mean, that is some protein-rich meat if you ever had some.
I swear to God, if they keep, screwing around with our meat out there and making us eat bugs, I am going to just go to Gator.
Yeah, I'm coming over for the barbecue. I'm telling you right now.
No lab-grown meat here, baby.
That's right. We're over here talking about all this food and all this good stuff here. Imagine a pro wrestling podcast, and we're talking about just about everything but to keep that tradition going, your husband, he's a regular G.I. Joe with a huge, big heart and just a real gentleman, huh?
He's an amazing man. Amazing, amazing man. And thank God for this man, because when you say opposites attract, he is the common denominator. He is the structure. He is the pillar. I am the crazy bitch from hell. So it is like so wild. He's just so wild. He's so damn structured. It's crazy, but it works, right? He was in the Army about 31 years, command sergeant major, and he still keeps in contact with his soldiers. They reach out to him. He was a great leader, an amazing leader, and he's a fun man. He loved 80s rock, and I just aged myself, so there you go. I love 80s rock.
Same here.
We go on Monsters of Rock cruise every year.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Black Label Society was just down there. It was so good. And then, oh my God, I have loved this band, but never saw them. They're called Dirty Honey. Oh my God, they are so good. Oh my God, they were on there too. Anyway.
Now you really take me back, because your entrances in Japan, you always had that type of hair metal band and all that type of energy right there. This is pretty cool.
I was always in Roppongi in Japan. I was the one that when we were, if we ever had a day off, because I traveled 300 days a year, in Japan and lived on a damn double-decker bus, I would, they'd make sure that I was in my condo and blah, 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 and then I would leave. And then I'd go down to Roppongi all night. It was so good, just so I could see other Americans and rock out at Hard Rock Cafe.
I'll tell you, you're a real hot ticket. There's no question about that there. Roppongi, for anyone listening, if you're unfamiliar, that is literally the party district out in Japan. So if you watch New Japan Pro Wrestling or AEW and you hear Roppongi Vice and all that stuff, that's where folks go to party, and they party hard, man. So for Madusa to be a regular down in Roppongi in the 80s, that tells you everything you need to know, brother. She's seen it all, But I want to take a step back, since I just brought up the 80s there, because I'll tell you, I was born in 82, and I have the gift and the curse of having a very sharp memory. And I remember back then, 84, 85, 86-ish, I remember when AWA was on ESPN. Right, because we were fortunate enough to have cable. It was Cablevision was the cable provider here in Boston. So I got to see a lot of early cable TV back then, and pro wrestling was everywhere. So again, ESPN aired AWA, and when they brought you in, they started featuring you damn near every episode, because you were just such a big deal. And I got to tell you, when Madusa came out, I just fell in love.
And
so
Vern Gagne gave me the opportunity. I to this day, and I say it in my book, Vern Gagne, my very first paycheck was $800. And before that, for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, whatever it was, working independent, I never got paid. When I did, it was $5. And I was living off, I was homeless basically. And I'll never forget it. And that first paycheck, I bought tombstones for my family's grave, because whenever I went there, I couldn't find them. That's what I did with that $800.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll never forget it. Never. I was so grateful. So I was just like, what do I do? I owe everybody money, but I'm going to go buy gravestones, but yeah, priorities.
Such a wrestling story. Such a wrestling
Oh
story.
my gosh. It's so good too. There's a longer story, blah, blah, blah. But yes, if it wasn't for Berganya and that phone call from Wahoo McDaniel and, AWA and at, the showboat in Las Vegas, where we would go all the time. So God, thank God for all of that. And Paul Heyman, Paul Heyman hitting on me at AWA. There's a good story in the book.
The nerve.
Two Jews become friends.
Exactly.
That's so good. He hit on me. I told him to go pound sand and go kiss my ass. Mm-hmm.
He would have beat the hell out of that guy. He better have.
Oh, he would have loved it. He would have known what to do. Oh, that's so funny.
See, here's the thing, though, and that's the funny part about it. From those humble beginnings in AWA, and to see all of the growth since then, this Hall of Fame career that you've had, it's just been fascinating to watch. And I got to tell you, even with this show, I've made it a point to dedicate a lot of airspace. This is not a show that's exclusively about, women athletes and what have you, or women in journalism, but yet I have spent more airtime featuring women and elevating their stories and their voices and what have you than any other pro wrestling podcast that is not exclusive to women that's existed over the past 10 years. It truly has been a focus, and I'm going to call this out, and I have through the years. You're the reason why. My fandom for you had motivated me to make sure that I continue to highlight everybody, because this is, pro wrestling is not for women. It was never built for you. It was never made for you. It's something that you ladies had to kick the door in and create a space for yourself and become undeniable. And I respect that. And I think that it's incumbent upon us who have platforms to continue to highlight that and help with making the situation easier for the next generation and generations to come. And that won't happen unless we dedicate our voices and are serious about it. But that all starts with you for me.
That warms my heart. I did something right.
You've done plenty right. Not only the way that you have represented the industry and paved the way for others after you, but also just the fact that the excellence, the quality of the product that you've put out through the years is just fascinating. More often than not, you were putting on the best matches on the card, and those men couldn't follow up. And it's so interesting to know the history and know that people didn't even want women's wrestling on the card, and yet you'd go out there and knock it out of the park, and it's like, hey, these guys are probably afraid that you're going to take their spot because you damn sure are better than 99% of them out there, and that's my educated opinion as somebody who watched closely and continues to do so. This is over 40 years now.
Yes, yes, and that, hey, big hoo-ha to Brian on that too. Yes, and yes. But that is true. I'm going to stick up for Vince because Vince built an empire, and oh my God, without Senior, without him, and with everything they've done, it absolutely, everyone knows it wouldn't be what it is today, period. Period, done, amen. And so when Vince hired me, he said, I need an athletic woman. I need you. You are perfect. I want to build this woman's division, and I see you as the blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yes, because I just, Japan and doing this and that. And I believed this is what I wanted to do, right? I mean, that was my goal. And so he believed in it. He wanted it. And then everything started crushing and passing and just happening to him. He had the steroid scandal. He had, the IRS scandal, which almost made him close the doors, didn't know what they were going to do. And then they had the whole paternity, all the personal scandals going on. And so the first thing is like, I need to downsize. He got rid of women. He got rid of everything. He got rid of a lot of programs. And the reason why I believe a lot of that, not, one, because all the other ones, it was true. I mean, all that other crap was happening. And Vince, in his right mind, knows everything that's going on and who's their champion. Because when a company chooses you to be a champion, it's because of a choice. Because they know you can represent that title and do what you need to do and carry out and be that person, correct? Yeah.
Correct.
So doing that, and when he let me go, I know his mind must have been foggy because he would have never have let me go being the champion.
It never made sense to me at the time, and even reflecting back today, it still didn't make any sense to me because those are some of the greatest matches of all time that you were putting on, and you were finding people all over the world to come and compete with you. So to disband the division, get rid of you and what have you, it just never made sense to me.
It was just boom. Like I was doing promos for WrestleMania 11.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, and then of course, the inevitable, trash can, title in the trash can,
sure.
WCW, blah, 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 blah. It's all in the book, everybody. But it just,
exactly.
I never thought anything. I just thought, I told Eric, I said, if we're going to do this, I need that title back in 2 seconds. He said, absolutely. Well, I was in my dressing room. 3 seconds later, that title was back to me in my hands. Awesome. And my intentions were, I was going to mail it back to Vince. Well, nothing happened and nobody would take my call, and I asked for some things and, they just didn't want anything to do with it. And then when I got the call to go into the Hall of Fame, I walked up to Vince and handed him the title. I said, here's the title. He goes, you keep it. I was like, holy crap. This thing that caused so much crap, you don't want it back?
Wow. Let me tell you something. I watched the documentary about your return and, your Hall of Fame induction and what have you. And it was so special. And one of the things that I really appreciated about it is the fact that your husband was there to witness it all and to soak all that in and to really get an understanding of really who you are and your significance, and to see you celebrated on such a large scale, the largest scale that anyone could be celebrated in the industry.
See the power of the fans, what they did?
Yeah.
When they started shouting USA, it was, and I didn't even know it. Like, I guess he was sitting next to, Steamboat. Steamboat was sitting next to him on the right, and then next to Steamboat was Piper. And then,
oh wow,
I guess he's sitting there, and he knew wrestling, but he didn't. But he wasn't used to the guys, So people, they were started yelling USA, and he's in his blues, right? And he was just proud of me. He's just sitting there clapping. Oh, this is great. This is nice for Deborah. And all of a sudden, Steamboat was hitting him on the leg. He goes, don't ruin her pop. Stand the fuck up. Or something, And he's going, what? He goes, pop, what's a pop? and he goes, and I guess Piper goes, stand up. And so you can see him, he kind of just slowly stands up, not knowing what to do. And then, the most amazing thing, and Alan never forgets about this. He goes, I just about lost it, Deb. He goes, Mark Henry stood up and turned around to me and saluted.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, I go, you were the most handsome man out in the audience, honey.
He sure was. No question about it. I love that. And again, it was special for him to experience that. Now, I got to ask, because that was a triumphant moment and what have you, but you've had some pretty interesting moments beyond that, though. Has your husband ever seen you beating up Eben Courageous and all that stuff in WCW?
Oh, yeah, he sees it when it pops up online all the time. He goes, oh, your TV husband's online. I'm like,
your
oh,
TV
okay.
husband.
Yeah. Oh, your TV husband's online. I go, oh, honey, he was cute.
Now, level with me on this. I feel like you were having a good time with that stuff, especially, you got this young, handsome kid and you're smacking him around in front of the world. I feel like Madusa was having a good time with that whole angle there.
I loved the business, but the business didn't love me. You know what I'm saying? My fans probably did, whatever. But because I am such and was in a time where it wasn't accepted, I was a strong woman and a strong personality, and I did not take no for an answer. And if I got no, if I received an answer no, I wanted to know why, and I respectfully found another way, and they didn't approve of it because I was making waves. I was changing the trajectory of women, not how I felt, but how I because my feelings, your feelings, who gives a shit about feelings? I can't control, other people's feelings, but I felt that the industry was not conducting proper maintenance to the women. Let's just put it nicely. It just
Sure do.
was not maintaining the pathway for a great success for women to be successful. It was a very stifled process. How's that?
No, this is why I strongly feel that you should be celebrated,
I don't need celebration. I don't need trophies. I know what I accomplished, and I know what I've changed, and I know why we are here where we're at, with women today. It's because of generations of women like me, period.
Damn right.
It isn't just me. It is the foundation of the eras of every single woman. Good, bad, or indifferent. It forged the path of what it is today. Now, today's wrestling is, I really like it. There needs to be storylines. However, I also think that a lot of the women all look alike. You know what I mean? I think we're our costumes are amazing. The makeup is amazing. The hair is amazing. Everything is about identity in that. But I want to see a character like, where the fuck is Alundra Blayze? You know what I'm saying? We don't have characters because women are too scared to be that character. I loved the differences. I love when a woman could be a different character. If they change her up every 5 years or whatever, great. Like, what's the one they just let go? She was with the Bray Wyatt stuff.
Oh, you're talking about Nikki Cross?
Nikki Cross, yes. Now, there was a great character, it was unpredictable, but yet it was something different. Yeah. You know what I mean? She was different. Yeah. And I would love to see, you could have done so much with her, I feel, as a character, because I really think she's a great actress myself.
Absolutely.
Yes. I don't think she was tapped into fully. I don't know why, but I don't know what's on the other side either. I just see what's out there and what I've met and spoke to her and blah, blah, blah. And there's a few others too that are great, but to have that full package is very difficult. And for someone to grab that and do something with it is difficult. Let me ask you this. In today's current female, who sticks out to you that has that full package? Character, mic, ring ability, entrance?
Well, the first person that comes to mind for me, I would say, is Bianca Belair. She has all of those elements, and she's fresh, at least at the time, completely different than what was being promoted. Now, granted, she just announced that she's pregnant, and she's coming off of that pretty significant finger injury. But if I'm going to start this conversation, I would definitely start with Bianca.
I think Bianca is the most beautiful woman I've seen. Like, she's just naturally beautiful.
Yes.
And I think she is very talented in the ring.
Yes.
But I think she's in that same category. She's in just that same woman category. Which one sticks out? What sticks out?
All right. Well, what about Charlotte Flair? I would argue that she's as close to Madusa as you can get at this point, right?
Not talking to me. This has nothing to do with me. I'm talking, Charlotte is, again, she's in that same mold, I feel. I'm not downclassing anybody. I'm not putting anybody in a lesser or higher. I'm just saying when you think of Luna Vachon, do you think of Charlotte? No.
No.
When you think of Luna Vachon, do you think of Bianca Belair?
No, not even close.
No. When you think of Luna Vachon, do you think of Nikki Cross?
You're getting there.
You're getting there.
You're getting there.
Who is there anything that is totally like off the scale that could be a good heel? Is there a Bull Nakano in there anywhere? Bull Nakano was always her character.
Yeah.
And a lot of these girls don't know what characters. Well, who are they this week?
Yeah.
It's no fault of their own. It's like they got to guide them. Either you're going to do this, you're going to do it. If you're going to do this, you're going to do this. Now, Sol Ruka is talented as hell, and I can see a great future with her if she gets, on the mic more, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, we need a couple characters that can rock the world, like a Bull Nakano, a Luna Vachon, a Dump Matsumoto. Who else? I mean, any other American women? Monster Ripper. Remember Monster Ripper? Hell yeah.
Oh, you're going way back. Okay.
But dude, these are way back characters that you don't see anymore because we all want to look good.
It's true.
Nothing wrong with looking good because, but boy, can you imagine? And Luna had the most beautiful smile. She was a beautiful girl.
Well, she was a beautiful girl who didn't mind being nasty. And I guess that's what it came down to with her. Let me ask you this, because I love where you're going with this. Do you feel part of the problem? Because this is my opinion. I think that the lack of women in these creative meetings, especially experienced women, are part of the reason. You have men writing these characters, and if they're not interested, and if they're not committed to seeing it through, then, the wrestler only has so much to work with in that regard.
If I was on the committee, I would push, hey, our next talent we need to look for or build is somebody that wants to be different. Who has that ability? Let's get an angle going. Let's get somebody to walk out here with nunchucks that's going to absolutely scare the piss out of the whole roster. But what about an Aja Kong? Like, you didn't even know where the hell she was coming from.
No, you just knew she was going to hurt somebody.
Yeah. He came out with a trash can, came out with one of those old square metal oil cans, It was crazy. I mean, they knew heels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't have any heels. We just have girls that come out that do nasty things. But I need a heel. Damn it. Where is that?
What's your take on that storyline between Asuka and Kairi? I mean, unfortunately, they just let Kairi go, but they had that kind of, old veteran and young girl storyline there where if Kairi didn't do what Asuka wanted her to do, then Asuka would discipline her. And if she did the right thing, then she'd be rewarded. What was your take on that storyline? Because I thought that was pretty interesting.
I didn't get that. It wasn't a strong enough. To me, that was the old Japanese discipline. That's all that was. And I've seen that for 3 years living over there. And they'd actually take kendo sticks and beat the crap out of them. So, that's just Japanese discipline to me. That's what they do or did, in the living over there, seeing it. So that's their culture. That's weird here. Yes. Comprehending it. I didn't understand it here, but it just wasn't strong enough for me to make a difference.
You wanted them to go deeper. You wanted her to get a little nastier with it.
Well, if she's going to turn on him, turn on her. And then bring some freakazoid in and just, I need to see a woman that's not scared to be different. How's that? That's what I would do. Mm-hmm.
That's fair. But again, whoever is in that creative room, that's where it's missing. That's the disconnect, in my opinion. I think that if you don't have the right.
I agree with you, and I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but it is a trail. It starts there, but then again, they're probably sitting there going, well, what if our sponsors want? Then what if, are they going to be able to, is this going to sell tickets? Yeah, the problem is it is going to sell tickets. if people are behind it long enough to push something, you can get anything out there that you want to convince the sponsors, yeah, hey, people want this. And the crowd is smart enough to where they can actually control something. If there was an Aja Kong today coming out there doing what she did back then, can you imagine? Holy shit. Holy, you know what I'm saying? And she's legit and she could do and wrestle, take names. People want that.
Yeah.
Or maybe people have changed and they just want to see tits and ass. I don't know. Jesus. I don't know.
Well, people always wanted to see tits and ass, but the reality is they also want to see great wrestling.
I
Toyota.
fell in that and I hated it. I hated the whole tits and ass when they made me come out and model the damn nitro perfume, and I was pissed. I was so livid. I am so freaking gunning out of here. Mm-mm.
You know what's funny? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because here's my take on that all of your runs in WCW.
Ugh.
I don't think that you were. I think that you were the most. If we're really going to say, okay, she's this hot lady that we're paying attention to. I feel like that time period when you were with Dangerous Alliance and you were with Rick Rude and all of that, you were wearing the business suits and what have you, but you could still beat people up. I always thought that elegance was the sexiest thing going, as opposed to just throwing it all out there, which is what happened later on.
I agree with you. And then I drank the goddamn Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I'm first to admit it. I can admit my mistakes, damn it. And I got bigger tits. I was like, God dang, I can't run anymore. I just said, forget it. And then 2015, 2016, I think, whatever. I said, screw this. Got rid of them, got rid of everything fake. No more boobs, no more nails, no more hair, no more coloring, no more. I mean, I had Botox done in between where my two eyes are for my 2015 induction. And that's the last time I did it. Last goddamn time I did it. Hell no.
You don't need
I am not. I'm going to age gracefully and just, it is what it is. And people say, well, sponsors don't like that. You don't look good on TV. You don't take great pictures anymore. You're old. Oh, shut up, you old hag. People are brutal online. And I just giggle. You're just like, whatever. Fucking keyboard warrior.
And meanwhile, Meanwhile, Meryl Streep, who has many years over you, I think she's definitely old enough to be your mom. She has the number one movie in America. She has the number one movie in America.
My mother, I idolized her growing up. Her, Bette Midler. Oh
yes.
My God, love those actresses. Oh my God.
But think about that. Number one movie in America. You're going to tell me advertisers don't like that? Stop it.
What?
People are crazy.
Oh, her as an actor. Well, still, she had to have some work done. She's got to have some Botox in that face because her face is good and smooth. Some type of fillers in there. I don't know. Maybe not.
She's letting the wrinkles out a little bit lately. She's letting, like this Devil Wears Prada 2. I just watched it over the weekend.
She let a little bit out.
She let it out. She's letting it out.
Okay. Look at Pam Anderson, what she's done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no makeup. I love it.
But yet when she wants to and she goes to do something, okay, fine, boom, but then it's off. She goes to galas like that. I mean, hands down, thank God. Woman with kahunas.
Right? This is interesting. And this is what we need right now because the next generation and generations these kids need to see.
Yeah, it's okay
strength.
to not be what everyone else thinks you should be and what's on social media because it's so quick and ready and this. But I mean, it's not going to be stopped. It's going to elevate to the next level and fast. AI is going to be incredible. I'm very excited, but yet it's very dangerous. I love change, and I said before, I think change is amazing. And as you and I are speaking, the world is changing before us. And I'm excited to see where everything goes. Absolutely.
Well, you know what AI is going to do? We're going to have, you versus June Byers and things like that. We're going to be getting these dream matches in the not too distant future.
That's so good. Oh my God, we're gonna bring back when Moolah and I wrestled, and she was cussing at me all the way back to the dressing room. Oh, don't you ever pick me up in an airplane spin again! I was like, well, shit, hellfire. Damn.
And how old were you at that point? Were you like 20,
oh
21
my
at
God,
that
I was
point?
young. I was scared to death to wrestle Moolah. Are you kidding me? I was like, I didn't even know what the hell I was doing probably. And then here I was inducting Moolah into the first Hall of Fame and the first woman. And I inducted her and gave my speech. I still have that speech on paper.
Incredible.
I
Incredible.
do. Yeah.
Incredible. You know, so much history.
I have so much shit in plastic containers and some sealed and I have like over 25 plastic containers filled with crap. I don't even know why or how I kept everything back in the day. No one did that. And wait to this second book. It's going to blow people away.
Wow. Yep. Wow. I'm glad you
Well, anyway, are you going to be there?
Are
you going to be there at River City?
Yes, I plan on being there, so I definitely want to make sure I get my picture with you. And folks, you have to be there. June 6th and 7th, World Golf Village, RiverCityWrestlingCon.com. Get your tickets. You definitely got to come out and meet Madusa. She is a living legend, and as you can hear, she's a hot ticket, man. Doesn't hold back, which I love. You know,
so excited to be there, and then you can meet the hubby. He's oh
yes.
my God.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. I'm going to say it again. Watching the documentary and seeing him acclimate into the wrestling world and being so proud of you and just hearing him talk about how awesome you are and what have you. It's like, yeah, man, like this guy gets to marry this woman who was on our wall. Like this is.
Hey, let me tell you, it took a few before him, but I got it right this time.
You sure did. You knocked it out of the park. I did.
I did.
You know.
And let me also mention this, guys. I don't know. There's a lot of people out there that love wrestling that are listening, I hope. And if not, I hope you engage yourself and look everything up as far as, cons and personalities, and maybe even myself. You can go to my website, Madusa.com, MAD, by the way. But besides that, I want to thank you and everybody for just an amazing supporting career. And without all of it, though, too, I wouldn't thrive and still be happy. I'm a very happy person, and I don't know where I get all this feed, but I find it every day. And I'm going to also throw out there to the kids and stuff, and what I do and what I have done to be successful and be so clear and have clarity about life and right and wrong. And yeah, I have vices. I'm not perfect, but I have separated my life. When I get home through the door, I do not bring wrestling with me. I do not bring monster trucks with me. My home is my castle, and my husband is my life. And I just have always done that. And I remember over 15 years ago, Alan would come home. I mean, he only retired a few years ago, but even coming home from the military, the first thing he did was kiss his wife, me, the dogs, the kids, whatever. And he would take off his uniform and hang him up and be dad, husband, friend. And I think that's what's important. And I think that if you can separate your life to a norm life, life will be good.
Strictly for the culture every day. Stepping style in your unique way. Patterns and colors so divine. All about the perfect line. Be yourself, let your spirit fly. In this fashion, you'll touch the sky. Strictly for the culture, brand so fine.
visit www.strictlyfortheculture.ca.
This is Tony Schiavone, and we're desperately out of time on Duke Loves Rasslin.